Hey, I'm Cairo, and I'll tell you why Meet Kevin is an evil genius. But first, I gotta say that Kevin is an inspiration to new YouTubers like me, and it's incredible how he gets all this stuff done in a single day. I mean, how does he do it? He's doing like 6 YouTube videos a day. He's doing property investing. He's investing in stocks and cryptocurrencies. He's selling and updating his courses and interacting with people who take the courses. He's got a family, and now he's running for governor. It is insane. It blows my mind. Man, I gotta work harder. So we're gonna get into why I think it's so smart that Meet Kevin is running for governor, but how is that even possible? Right, before I explain that, do me a solid, just crush the like button for me. That would be a huge help. Like I said, new YouTuber here, I need your little crushing button. Now, what better way to illustrate the situation than with this graphic that I found on the Cal Matters website? So I'll pop a link down in the description to this, but it's kind of brilliant. Essentially, it's saying that Newsom won by a landslide in 2019. So it's pretty recent. He's only been governor for a little bit, and governors have a max of 2 terms. This is his first term, so the next ballot and the next election would be in 2022, 2023. Right? So he's pretty early doors in this situation. Dang, it's the 6th time they've tried to recall him. He's only been there since 2019. But this time it has worked. Now, they tried to recall Gavin Newsom before the coronavirus situation flared up. And this graphic over here kind of explains who is on each side of the line. Now, the recall was kind of a pipe dream, but then Gavin Newsom got in a little bit of hot water with a fancy dinner. So he was at a fancy restaurant called the French Laundry, and he was telling people to not mix with different households and to isolate and to be safe, to like spread the rate of infection. And then he kind of got caught out doing the opposite of what he was telling people. So yeah, that wasn't necessarily the smartest move. As you can see in this graphic, the signature count in November was only 55,000 to have him recalled. And then just a month later, it went up to 500,000. Now, this was a big blow because they need to get a certain number of signatures to have the recall actually happen, and they managed to get that. They got 1.6 million signatures over the line. Now, in terms of campaign finance, there's a lot for anti-recall, some big CEOs, the whole Democratic Party, and then there's a bunch of Republicans funding the pro-recall as well. It is possible, as you can see in this graphic, for people to change their minds who have signed the petition, but it's kind of a long shot, so unlikely to happen. Now, this graphic is pretty interesting because we have Caitlyn Jenner. She's thrown her head in the ring to run against Newsom. We've got John Cox. John Cox is the Republican that Newsom actually beat in the race in 2019. And then on the Democratic side, they're saying, guys, no one's running against him because Newsom is a Democrat. Then I find this bit really interesting. It's that you'll get the ballot. First, you have to say, do you want Newsom to be recalled or not? And then you have to pick from probably quite a long list, of which Meet Kevin will be an option, to say who you want to replace Newsom. Now, this graphic is crazy because it's saying you need at least 50% of the vote for the recall to pass. And if it passes, the winner is determined by plurality. Now, what that essentially means is that 49% of people could be anti-recall, right? So let's say Gavin is essentially getting 49% of the vote. And then there's a whole bunch of different candidates like Caitlyn Jenner, like Meet Kevin. And someone like Meet Kevin might have the majority of the votes, but only have, say, 25%. So essentially, more people are voting for Gavin to stay in than people would be voting for a specific candidate to take over. So that's kind of trippy, and that's what happened with Schwarzenegger in 2003. That was the only other time there's been a recall in the state of California, and Schwarzenegger actually won that recall. So hence my thumbnail for this video. Now, Schwarzenegger won with only 48.6% of the vote. So yeah, it's pretty interesting that you could replace someone even though you got effectively fewer votes than them. And then finally, this graphic is just showing us that the next election is in 2022. So this can all happen again pretty soon. So now let's dive into the juicy bits of why I think Kevin is an evil genius for running for governor. Now, disclaimer, this might sound a bit cynical, but I'm not being cynical at all. My background is in business and marketing, and I think Kevin knows exactly what he's doing. Do I think Kevin is doing it just for these reasons that I'm about to tell you? No, I think Kevin is doing it because he legitimately thinks that he can help with his finance background, with his in-depth knowledge of the legal system in the US, and with his skill at personal branding. I think he legitimately thinks that he can make a difference in California. And unlike some of his peers who are leaving California to go to other states where there is lower state taxes and where there is less of a homelessness issue, like one of his main peers and friends, Graham Stephan, who left California to move to Nevada. Now, just to confirm that I'm not super cynical about why Kevin is running for governor, I have watched all of his videos and I have read through all of his plans about what he would do to transform the state when or if he becomes governor. And there's loads of interesting stuff here, right? He's got a 20-part plan. You can check it out at his website, meetkevin.com, and you can donate as well if you so choose, but I can't donate because I'm not in the US. Now, there's no state income tax on the first $250,000 of income. There's his plan to address the homelessness emergency. He's got these really cool idea about future schools. Now, this is one of the things I like most about his plan. It's addressing education, and I think addressing education will have a knock-on effect in improving the rest of the issues that California has. Like, most school systems do not really teach about financial education, and they don't necessarily train you into how to being a self-sufficient member of society. They don't necessarily teach you about basic bookkeeping. They don't necessarily show you how to get gainful employment, how to invest your money. And that's part of what Meet Kevin's Future Schools ideology is. He's combining college, trade school, high school, and financial education. So this will be an amazing way for people to get rid of some of their student debt and be able to get into gainful employment in a trade that can actually result in them earning quite a lot of money, and he's teaching them how to invest that money. So I think this is super crucial. He's talking about the housing emergency, he's talking about the transportation problems, he's saying we should legalize gambling in California because that's a huge revenue source and would also stop people from leaving California to go gamble in, say, Las Vegas when they could do it somewhere in California themselves. So boosts further tourism revenue and all that kind of stuff as well. He's talking about the blackout problems. He's talking about the court, the legal system, the Department of Motor Vehicles. He has got very detailed plans. Now, if you want to see the rest of this, just go to meetkevin.com. You can check it out. Now, but that is not the point, right? The point is, Meet Kevin currently has his system on lock on YouTube. He is having months where he is earning $2 million from his YouTube revenue, right? Now that includes AdSense, so he gets paid when people watch the videos because there's ads that happen, several times throughout a video. He gets paid when people join his courses or sign up for any of his affiliate links. So $2 million in a given month is pretty good. Just for reference, we can see over here that Newsom earned $1.7 million in 2019, right? So he had to reveal his tax return, and actually on Kevin's website, you can see his tax returns and more about his net worth, which, even if you're not super interested in the governor thing, is kind of cool to see how he is making his money and how he is filing his tax return. So the salary for a governor, I think, is about $200,000, $210,000 a year. Now, Kevin obviously doesn't need $210,000 a year if he's making up to $2 million a month. So is Kevin running for governor financially motivated? Well, hold that thought. We'll get to it in a second. But first, I got to tell you, I took one of Kevin's courses. I took his YouTube mastery course, and that is teaching you about how he's able to film so many videos in a day. He's getting like 6 videos out. Let's just check this. Let's just double check how many he did recently. I mean, look at this. This is in one day. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 videos. He's getting 6 to 7 videos out in a day, whereas this video is taking me ages. So show some love, crush the like button, subscribe. I'll do these videos at least 2 times a week, at least 2. I'm working up to getting to Kevin levels at some point. Now, in the YouTube course, Kevin makes mention of something he calls the Trojan horse system. And that is essentially what he used to grow his channel to over 1.6 million subscribers. What he does is he makes videos that catch the attention of the viewer with another big name or another big idea. And you can see that in his videos that he adopts that strategy. He'll talk about people like Grant Cardone, right? So he's made exposés about Grant Cardone. That's got 1 million views, and that was 3 years ago. He made videos about Graham Stephan. That really helped him grow his subscriber base. He's made videos like this one. You can clearly see Trump's face in it. That's going to catch people's attention when they're scrolling on YouTube, right? He made loads of content about the stimulus checks, and that really helped to propel his channel forward. So is this part of the genius of Meet Kevin running for governor? He's giving himself another content stream. If you look at his recent videos, he is talking about Caitlyn Jenner. He's talking about Caitlyn Jenner. He's talking about his run for governor. He's talking about Gavin Newsom getting him deleted off of Instagram. He is talking about his announcement. He is hiring videographers to follow him around to post even more videos. And that is one of the premises of his whole campaign, is that he's going to be very transparent and very open about it. And that is amazing. I love the transparency, but I also fully realize that these videos are being posted on YouTube. They are monetized. They have ads running on them. And Kevin is generating revenue from it. And it's very smart. This actually gets echoed over here on the ABC website. This is from Politico's California Playbook. And it's saying, running in the California recall may be the best bargain there is in terms of seeking fame and fortune. Right? It only costs $4,000 to get on the ballot, and that gets you annual message before 22 million California voters. Now, that might come across as pretty cynical, because I don't think Kevin necessarily needs more money. He's already making, $1 million a month. Like, he doesn't need more money. He's got lots of property. He's got lots of stock investment, huge crypto portfolio. He doesn't necessarily need this wealth. So I'm just giving a devil's advocate opinion on why this might be a good idea, because he's able to get this message in front of so many more people. Now, Meet Kevin might be personally earning lots of money every single month, but that's not enough to fund his whole campaign. He is still taking lots of donations, because it's pretty hard to compete with the likes of, the CEO of Netflix giving 3 million donation to the Newsom recall. That money adds up. It's not chump change. So this part is another aspect that could be classified as cynicism on my part or superior genius from Meet Kevin. He is receiving donations, obviously, to run for governor and to beat Gavin Newsom in this recall. So those donations are largely being used for marketing purposes. So Kevin is an absolute beast on YouTube and getting thousands and thousands of views on his videos, but he still needs a huge war chest for other activities, for paid ads, for door knocking, for putting up, marketing promotions, banners, bumper stickers, all that kind of thing. Hiring marketing professionals to run his Facebook ads, for example. So there's also radio that needs to be done, television that needs to be done. It can be really, really expensive. Now, using these donations for marketing boosts Kevin's personal brand, and boosting Kevin's personal brand also boosts the awareness of his YouTube channel, of his courses. He'll be able to get more affiliate sales, and the infinite monetization loop keeps going round and round and round. So Kevin, by running for governor, is going to elevate his fame and therefore elevate his monthly revenues, because people will be watching his videos. He's going to get money from ads, he's going to get money from affiliates, and he's going to get money from people enrolling in his courses, just like I did. Now, running for governor is an absolute genius publicity move as well, because Kevin is not only being able to create content about it on his site. He's not only able to get donations from people that help push his personal brand further and further, but he's also getting loads of press. He's on Fox Business, and he is making his case as to why he'd be an excellent governor of California. That media attention further bolsters Kevin's brand, because like you see over here, it's saying Meet Kevin the YouTuber, and what was this other one here? Smash the vote button. right? Smash that vote button. It's brilliant, it's really fun, and it's interesting for the media outlets as well, because they haven't had a YouTuber run for governor before. They've got, you know, Caitlyn Jenner up against Kevin Paffrath and other more seasoned politicians. So it's a good news piece, and that helps push more attention to Kevin overall, as well as Kevin's courses and his YouTube channel. Now, take this video, everything I said in it, with a big pinch of salt, because I actually love Kevin. I'm just following some of his strategies from that YouTube course, which if you're interested in YouTube, I highly recommend you take. But more importantly, I think Kevin would be a fantastic governor of California. I've read through all of his plans, I've watched his announcement, and I reckon you guys should do so too. Even if you're not able to vote, not eligible to vote, maybe you're watching from somewhere else in the world, if you're interested in how the whole campaign is running and what he plans to do, it's just really, really interesting from an entrepreneurial perspective, let alone a political one. So go check out his website, meetkevin.com. Go watch his YouTube videos if you haven't yet already, because this man knows personal branding inside out, and he's very, very good at monetizing it as well. So I'm super interested to see what happens. If I was in the US, I would be giving Kevin my vote as well. Now, I don't need your vote, but I would like you to crush the like button and subscribe if you're interested in more videos. I'm doing videos about how I'm trying to get to $1 million over the next 3 years through buying businesses and through investing in the stock market, cryptocurrency, side hustles, and all that jazz. I made a whole bunch of videos already. You can go check them out. I'll pop a couple links down in the description. And if you want to get 2 free stocks with Webull, I'll put a link in the description. That's valued up to $1,850. That is a whole bunch of free money for you right over there, which you may then choose to donate to Kevin in his run for governor. Now, the YouTube algorithm thinks you're going to enjoy this video next, so let's see if it's right. I'll see you in there, and let's hustle together.